Hello everybody, Tyranno here, and today we are taking a look at the Soviet Premium TO55, which is of course the flamethrower variant of the T55. Now, there's not really much different between this and the regular T55, but of course it does have a flamethrower, and we now have ammunition where these fuel tanks are. I mean, the fuel tanks still exist, but if you go over to the regular T55, as you can see here, there isn't a sort of ammunition fuel tank, or, fuel tank for the flamethrower, whereas there is on the TO55. And of course, the TO55 is a premium, so 8,380 Golden Eagles to buy it, and it's basically a T55. I mean, there might be a little bit of a weak spot around the flamethrower potentially. Not entirely sure. Yeah, the effective thickness does seem to be a little bit all over the place, but again, volumetric armor, that's probably not going to make a huge difference. So you've got your standard armor, 100mm at the front, about 200 for the armor on the frontal turret, but of course it is variable thickness. 82 for the sides, about 160 for the sides of the turret. Whole rear is about 50, and the actual rear of the turret is, again, about 60mm. And you've got your standard 100mm guns, so it's got all its standard ammunition and armor penetrations as on the regular T55. Top speed of 31 miles per hour stock, got your machine gun on the top, and your crew of 4, so driver, gunner, commander, and loader. So we're going to quickly take this out for a test drive just to see how the flamethrower performs. Now, there is a bit of a issue in that when you fire the flamethrower button, it also fires the machine gun. One way I have managed to get around this is by just switching so I'm only controlling the main gun. So, still controlling the main gun, still fires, but now when I press space, the machine gun does not fire. So, yeah, basically if you just want the flamethrower, you're going to have to switch it so you're only controlling the main gun. And of course, the flamethrower is pretty good. It's got a decent range. I mean, we're hitting all the way over there from, from here. So this is a very long-ranged weapon. Now, it's not exactly the most effective weapon, though, because, of course, it's a flamethrower, and also we appear to have set fire to water, which is, I'm not sure how that works exactly. But we go over here and just attack this vehicle with the flamethrower. As you can see, makes a very nice, pretty show, but it doesn't actually seem to be doing all that much. I did wonder if maybe the damage model changes they've made to the radiators might cause it to be a bit more effective, but it doesn't actually seem to be doing anything. And also we've set fire to ourselves somehow. So, yeah, it's very good at blinding people and, putting them off maybe, but unless they're in an unarmoured vehicle, it's not going to do an awful lot. And of course, trying to fire it from the gunner's view works a little bit, but not entirely. Yeah, it looks from the driver's view. Yeah, standard view. So, yeah, basically, that is the TO55. It's just a T55, but with a flamethrower. So it will set fire to some more water. And also has the ability to set fire to water. I assume that's actually meant to be more like a Greek fire type effect, where it's like on the water itself, but it kind of looks like a set fire to the bottom of the riverbed a little bit. Anyway, take this back to the hangar. So yeah, that is the TO55. Is it worth it? Probably not for that many Golden Eagles, to be honest. I mean, if you like flamethrower tanks and you can get this cheap, then I suppose go for it. Or if you're just really interested in flamethrower tanks, again, it's a unique vehicle. The only other ones I can think of are the Churchill Crocodile and that flamethrower boat that was added last year. So, yeah, hopefully we'll start seeing more flamethrower tanks. But I would have liked to see something like the KV-8, which was a KV-1, which was configured to have a 45mm gun and a flamethrower in the turret. Or maybe we could have had the Soviet T-54s, which are kind of similar to this, but they had the flamethrower in the bound machine gun position. It'll work decently well, but yeah, it's nothing special, nothing I'm particularly interested in, to be honest. Anyway, just a quick video for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you'll join me for the next one. I've been Treno, and I'll see you next time.